You're so full of color. Can I sing a little song for you? Yes, you're so full of color. Beneath the sky, so blue, lets me feel the teardrops that cool the heat of the day. May I always find you in your natural way. You're so full of music. Can I sing a little song for you? You're so full of color. Beneath the sky so blue, let me feel teardrops that cool the heat of the day. May I always find you. May I always find you. May I always find you in a natural way.
All right, all right. I am loving this. May I always find you in
Yes.
a natural way.
Ooh. Ah.
I love that. I think we're gonna do more of that. We're gonna do more of that.
Yes.
Well, well, well. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, from wherever you're connecting with us around the world. Again, this is Queen Amina Show. I thank you guys so much for encouraging me to come back on the show. I know I left for a while there, but now I'm here. Thank you guys so much. Today we're going to be talking to one of our wonderful performers at the WIDA Festival coming up in July, Windsor, Canada, sorry, July 2023. Pardon me, I'm going to put the information on the tracker at the bottom of the video so you can get to our website and get more information. So we're going to be talking to this wonderful woman, Yellow Moon. She's nicknamed Queen of Drums. So she will be, showing us a little bit of what to expect at the festival. And together I have wonderful ambassadors, reps of WIDAFEST. The VP is with us. So we're all going to be having a chat, ladies and gentlemen. Let's add everyone. Welcome. Look at your beautiful face. Christian, welcome.
Greetings,
Uh,
greetings, greetings.
Christian Simeon and our honorable and able VP, Vice President of Zealand Creative, Chris Alexandra. Thank you guys so much for connecting with us this afternoon.
Thank
I
you.
think Simeon is connecting all the way from Nigeria. And then we have
Ah,
our lovely
Nigeria.
Christian here in Canada, Yellow Moon from Barbados.
Barbados.
Yes, yes, and Chris from Toronto. So we're representing every quadrant of the world right now on this show. Welcome. So, Yellow Moon, can
Yes.
you give us what is happening in Barbados just now?
Barbados right now, we have a lot of Sahara dust, and we call it a blessing because we was having a storm one year, and the dust pushed it away.
Mhm.
So we're getting back into the hustle and bustle of life, and everything is like trying to put back in its perspective, and At the same time, it's a time every April. It's a time when we get Sahara dust, and it also shows us how close we really are. So it's a time of newness as well, because it's a new year. They call it the financial new year, but
Oh,
it's a new time. It's spring.
that's
So
amazing. Amazing.
spring does lovely things.
Thank you so much and welcome again on the show. I
Thank you.
am
I'm
going
pleased to
to
be here.
allow my co-host here. They have any question, please jump in at any time. You have comments, you have response to an answer. Please don't let Queen dominate the show. So you
Okay.
guys talk to us and we want to hear from you. But before we go into all of that, I am going to allow you to introduce yourself to our audience. Yellow Moon, if you don't mind.
Yes, greetings. I am Yellow Moon Lang Lang, aka Onika Best Queen of the Drum. And I have my drum family with me here. She's the baby. This is Princess. And as a baby, she's a 20-year-old. So she's the youngest out of the drums. So that is Princess. So I have to introduce you to everyone. And then we have the eldest. The eldest, she is 125 now. She stems from Cuba. So she's named Cuba. And then we have here these twin girls, well, girl and guy, they're like 40, 42 years old, and they're Latin percussions. And then we have Onika. She was made for me. So she's about 55. So I have a whole clan here of drummers, and this is who I call my drum family. So let's get that first. It's Yellow Moon and her drum family. So you have Princess, Cuba, you have Caesar, Femi, and then you have Onika. So
Oh,
that's the
my
whole drum
goodness.
family. So welcome to my drum family.
I am loving
She's
this.
actually done the most, the younger one, Princess, she's done the most traveling out of everybody because, of course, you see, I only have this to take her. So she gives me the last travel. All the rest, the Congos they've been to Germany, but these two girls, well, this drum right here that I'm rubbing here, she has a very interesting story because she came from Cuba and she belonged to a man called Del Ritmo, Sylvester Mendez. He was the first person to start the musicians credit union in Cuba. So the drum left Cuba and it went to Mexico. And while in Mexico, my uncle was there and they asked him, does he know how to play the drums? So he said, well, he's not really good in playing the drums, but he knows rhythms really well. So they blindfolded him and played rhythms and asked him to identify them. And they said if he identified him, well, that Sylvester Mendez would give him his favorite drum, which is her. And so my uncle had the drum and then left Mexico and it went to New York. And it was in New York for like 50 years perhaps. And it left New York and came here. Well, no, because when I got it, it was like 1992 or something like that. So it left New York and came here to Barbados. We even had a party for it. We had a drum session and all the drums was around it and we done a drum circle. So she has a lot of history. She's the old girl here in the crowd. She's 100 and something. So they all have beautiful stories and they're all dear to me because their skins are very tough. In fact, this one right here, Cuba, her skin is made of mule. That's mule skin, as opposed to all the rest of sheep and goat.
Wow.
She's mule skin. And also this, yeah, yeah, she's mule skin. So I thought she was a different skin too, no, but she's a tough goat.
So that's amazing. So are you planning to take any of those to Toronto with you? Which ones are
I,
you coming
I,
with?
I honestly would love to
Toronto.
take them all. It
I saw
depends on
Windsor.
how it,
Oh my God.
I got you on that one.
it depends
To
how
Canada,
custom
to
suits
Windsor.
me. You see, because sometimes when you take them, Like the last time, I actually had trouble taking her because she had two sides, and I just told him just put it in the X-ray. Like she's good to go. So I prefer to travel with them,
So
but it
you
depends
try
on
to
how
take as much as
immigration treats
possible.
me about it. But yes,
Okay.
yes,
It's
Well,
amazing.
there's a historic aspect to it, and the ones that's over 100 years old. I think it
yeah,
would be a feature. People wanting to find out more about it and seeing it. I mean, a drum that traveled, well, not the world, but to so many countries and still is being utilized is an amazing thing.
yes. Isn't
Yes.
that interesting? And the thing about this is that the Barbados Museum had offered me 20,000 for it, but my uncle
No.
told me that it was worth over 20 million. So don't even think about it. So I thanked him. I said, "Well, thank you, but it's okay. I'm gonna hold it for now."
Isn't it amazing how a festival like WIDA Fest is able to, connect with somebody like you that have such a wealth of history in the tradition that we are about to show the world? We
Yes,
kept on saying that the African, the black man and woman story has been told for too long by someone that doesn't know the beginning, neither will they ever find out the end of it. So
right.
now the onus is on us at this festival to tell authentic stories like yours. Having a drum that is one over 100 years old, I think
Yeah.
that is amazing story.
It's
So
actually the oldest drum in the Caribbean, Queen Amina. It's the oldest drum in the Caribbean.
look at that. So we are sitting with a historic woman right here on the Queen Amina show. Wow, I can't wait to see this. So, what should people expect when they come to your booth at the festival?
Drums, ideas of educating through music because that's my thing. I love to educate through music. Numbers, whether it's numbers, letters, countries. Like when I do my workshops, or I have the children here, um, we spell things, or do it on the drum. So if I say, please come here, okay, like I have in my class, we done up an African village, and we have the queen of the drum in the
Mhm.
village. And so whenever I want to gather the children, I tell her, well, it's time to gather the children. And whatever spot we're gathering them in, she sits and when they hear this, they start to gather. So it's little things like that. It's like mindset. So, and the drum does something magical to west to us over here. Like I was doing a a music like a festival, but very like a 1 day festival, and it was my turn to go on, and the DJ was still playing, so I played with the DJ, and they heard this drum, and all of a sudden everybody was dancing to the drum and looking at my direction. So he noticed that, and it was his turn to turn down, and he just turned down the music, and I was going to let him turn down whenever, but he turned it down because everyone's attention was drawn to the drum, and without even acknowledging or knowing it, they're so keen to the drum. Like when it sounds, everyone starts to move, everyone starts to pay attention. So it's very demanding, and it brings out the the beautiful warrior in me, because there's a lot of warriors, but
I know.
the beauty of the beautiful warrior in me comes out, because it gives me an inner sense of greatness and makes me smile, and then I push that out, and I see when other people receive it, it's nothing like that. Even though, and with all these relics, as we call them, because here we call them relics, with all these relics, they're like ancestors with me. They protect me. You know, it's a vibe.
Wow. People always say that music is a spirit. It's a spirit that is very contagious. It's a language that can be understood by everyone that exists, and
Yeah,
that is so true because when you say you start, playing the youngest, and when they hear the sound, they start gathering.
right.
it just shows the power of sound. It doesn't
Yes.
matter if it's sweet or not sweet, it's a sound. It's making music. I tell
Yeah.
you something. There's so many times that I personally connect with people not knowing that they have any musical background at all. And then later, as we continue to interact with each other, I would all of a sudden find out that they're playing one instrument or they're singers or they have something to do with music. And right in this room, right here, I'll give you an example with Christian. Right, Christian? When I met Christian, she said hello to me. I said hello to her, and we just got talking and we're working together. And it took months before I found out she plays the guitar and I play the drums and I sing. So I now said, oh, a class of 185 people to start our first year film class. Remember, Christian?
Mhm.
How come you're the only person that I got connected to? I was talking to so many people by loudmouth, but she was the only one I got connected to. And that tells me much later that the spirit of music is a spirit of unity. It unites you with like mind, and it's
Yeah.
a powerful thing. So, in your village at the festival, would that be something you're going to be looking at, like educating people about the
Yes.
power of music, the warrior in music, you know,
Yes.
conqueror in music, kind of?
Yes. Exactly that. Yes, that would be an intricate part of it, and understanding too. Because remember, I'm on this side. On this side, we weren't allowed to play the drum. My father. That's why he's like the king of the drum, because my father brought it back. He
Oh,
started playing the Congo drums, and they didn't stop him.
wow.
But they had made playing the Congo drums illegal in Barbados twice. The last time they made it illegal was like in the early 60s, late 50s, in fear of slave consolidation. So they had made it illegal twice here. So the only country here in the Caribbean that made another indigenous instrument besides the drum that mimicked the drum was the steel pan. The steel pan is a drum, so the steel pan drum. But we weren't allowed to play the drums. The drums were keeping Africans connected, keeping indigenous peoples, period, connected. And they didn't like that, so they made it illegal. So no one was allowed to play the drum, and they weren't. My father came along and he started to play it. And he played it at a time when they didn't bother to stop. And he did it very strong. And then it's picked up again in the schools and through everything. So here he's known as the father of drum, because he stirred up the spirit of Africa and the people again, and we were able to play the drum.
That's an amazing story. I have a question here. It says, how old were you when you started playing drums?
Well, I was beating on the desktop since 5, and then I was playing it on and off, but I got serious at 21.
Wow. Wow. Please, you guys have any question, throw it back at her. Meanwhile, I am going to just give us a short drums while they prepare for their questions to ask you. And
Okay.
yeah, just something, anything.
Oh, I have one right now.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Hold on,
Yeah,
hold on. Somebody want
for
to throw water
sure.
here. Go
So
ahead.
Yellow Moon, I noticed you solo. Do you play as a group sometimes? Do you bring people to join you when you play drums? And would you
Yes.
be doing that in Toronto, in Windsor? I have to cut my
Yes.
tongue out
Yes,
because
I
I'm
will be
sitting
doing
here,
that.
but I'll be in Windsor on Tuesday. No,
Yes, I
when
do that. And yes, I will be doing that. I have a bass and a trap drummer and another Congo drummer. So the medium is bass and drums with the traps as well. So yes, I will be doing that.
and are they coming with you, or would you be
Yes.
using people? Oh,
Yes,
you
they will.
so the team
Yes,
is
they will
coming.
be coming with
Amazing.
me.
Looking forward to that.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. So, ladies
Yes.
and gentlemen, if you guys have any question, I see some going on already. Please send us your comments, your questions, your takeaway, add to it. We are just a family having a chat. So don't be shy, please. Just
Right.
send in your questions and we will be responding to that. Meanwhile, we're gonna have just a quick few seconds, I would say. Maybe take the next minute and give us something on the drums for sure.
Okay. Well, this one's dedicated to Windsor. It's called I Am the Wind. Go on the other side. I asked him to turn it on. You look for me, but you can't find me. You wanna hold me, but you never hold me. You wanna taste me, no way. I am the wind. I am the wind. I am the wind. Hey, you over there with the gun in your hand. What is your plan? Don't you know I will blow it away? Whoosh. Whoosh. I am greater than any ammunition. I am the wind. Hey, 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 hey. I am the wind. I am the wind.
All
I
right.
am the wind. And I know that Windsor is the city of roses, so I can just imagine red roses just blowing in the wind.
I just love this woman. I don't know about you. You know, the passion you play the drums alone, just that passion alone is so contagious. Even without me hearing the sound, just the joy I feel from you, you know, just want me to have you around. You know how in the Bible, I don't know if you read the Bible, but when King David was sick, he asked for a musician to come play for him. Right, Chris?
I think
Yes, Saul.
Saul needed
Saul, yes, he
David
was
to play
Saul.
the harp for
You
him.
got David to play the harp for him.
That's
Yeah.
right. So I got it twisted, but my point is music is not just for the enjoyment.
But
Music
it's
is
the healing.
also for the healing. You
Yes.
know, it heals. And
Yes.
even emotionally when you're not sick. For me, my therapy is to play music. When I'm
Yes.
angry, I just go play music. You
Yes.
want me to smile 24/7, just play me music.
I have a song that says music is a medicine. It's not a drug. Music is for healing,
That's right.
not
That's
for fame and glory, for giving thanks.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Oh my. Thank you so much, Chris. Simeon, you guys
Thank
have any
you.
questions for
Yes,
yes?
I have a question. I would love to know. So, with the different materials that the drums are made with and the different sizes and everything, I imagine that does affect a difference in the music that you make with them. But I'm wondering, does the history and the stories behind these different drums that you have, does that affect your experience when you're playing music with each individual drum?
Yes. Yes, because they need me to play them to put spirit in them. But because they've been played by other entities with really, really airy vibes, yes, I get that. So I prefer to play them. Sometimes, like, okay, when I done a music festival in Backway, I use other drums and I ask who they belong to just so I can connect with them because they're skin and we have skin. Skin is skin,
Yeah.
you
Wow.
know? So yes, yes.
What inspires you to make music?
Ooh, that's a good one because I've been doing this for a while. And at one point, my inspiration was of all the crap that I went through, right? And now my inspiration is solely love. So I'm able to create happy songs and things that drive everybody, as opposed to what was going on in my world, you know? So those are stages as well, but I'm a writer first, so it's very easy for me to make sense of things and put it in a context where people can appreciate, you know?
That is so beautiful.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That is so beautiful. Just hearing your history alone makes me want WIDAFEST to be like today, now.
Yeah, yeah. I'm actually very, very excited about WIDA Fest because I went to Ghana to do Pan Fest one year. I think it was 2005, 2008, 7, 2007. I went to Ghana, and they received me and my drum very, very well. I had lots of sankofas, I would say, when I was in Ghana. And the youths told me that I play hip life.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, whatever, you know. But it was awesome. It was awesome.
So I have a question here from a viewer. It's text to my phone if I can read that. Yep. So
Okay.
the person said, "Thank you, Yellow Moon, for your wonderful music. But I heard that music played on drums draws evil spirit to one's life. Is that a myth or is that truth?"
It's not true. I don't know what else to call it, but it's not it would have to be a myth because but certain rhythms evoke certain things. So it depends on where you are and what you want and what you're dealing with. These drums are for love.
Yeah, I think I would, even me without playing the traditional drums, I would say not just music, just to respond to the viewer,
Hmm.
not just music on traditional drums, even just enchanting certain things will evoke certain spirit
Yes,
depending on your mindset and the energy that you focus on. So for,
yes.
yeah, for someone to say that evil spirits are drawn from traditional drum
I think
music.
we run evil spirits actually because in my experience, and totally by experience, um, I've ran some evil spirits. You know,
Oh,
like there were things that was going on that weren't nice, and I just put my drum in the middle and start to play my drum, and when I played my drum, it subsided. We were also on a plantation where I was seeing like all this stuff going on, and it wasn't there really, but I was seeing it, and I ran for my drum and I played it, and they disappeared. And
exactly.
that happened like 3 times in my lifespan in terms of controlling the whole situation with my drum. So my drum have run evil spirits. So I've experienced that, but I've never brought them. And you can, but if that's like with anything, that's like taking a knife and cutting a birthday cake or taking a knife and cut your throat. You must know how to use the energies that are put in your hands. These are energies put in my hands are very serious things, so I don't take them lightly, and I
Mm-hmm.
don't use them for otherwise. But love, unconditional,
That's right.
unconditional love.
That's right.
So
So
Yellowmon, I have another question for you.
Yeah.
And these drums are old. I mean, they're probably older than a lot of people even on the call here to see. Well, we know the 100-year-old and so.
I
But
up.
no, in terms of maintenance, because obviously, how do you maintain the drums? Or do
Well,
you
I,
have to
I
reskin them at any single time? Do you
I
have to
have never
replace?
reskinned them. I have never reskinned them. But
Wow.
you use oil, lentil oil, linseed oil, any type of oil really, and you treat them like skin. You
Wow.
treat them like skin. My two Congo drums, one of them had an incident where I was down in my studio and it got flooded out, and she was drowning. And when I found her and I picked her up, her skin was really soft, and I was like really sad about it. So I took her out in the sun and I just let her skin dry and dry and dry and dry till it got back again. And then I tightened her. But at first, she was so bad that she sounded like a female drum, and she's a male drum. So I actually had to put my female drum with the other female drum, with this female drum, because she sounds lower than this one, and the male is higher. So now the male drum now he sounds back like a male. So yes, you have to maintain them. Um, this one as well. Someone put like a drink on the drum and left a ring. So they have stories to tell because they're all girls. So they have stories. Their skin's a bit, but their skin are so tough that once I oiled them and sunned them, like before performance, like last week, okay, last week Saturday I had a performance. I put them out on the sun the whole day just to get tight because this one is made with darts, so it doesn't tighten just by the sun. This one as well, as you notice, she's made with darts, so she also needs sun. She also needs sun. All the ones that tighten like natural need sun. These Latin percussions were bought in the store, of course, so they just need a screwdriver and everything's okay.
Wow. This is
Amazing.
something.
I want to ask, which of these drums is your favorite drum, and why are you giving them gender? Female, male? How do you know which one is female, which one is male?
The male is dominant. When they come as a set, the male is dominant. So his voice is higher. And everyone thinks the higher pitch is the woman, but the higher pitch is not the woman. The higher pitch is dominant. So the male, he's dominant. So let me give you for instance. So this is the female, and this is the male. So right now, the female, she is sounding higher than the male again. When I tighten him, he's gonna sound louder than her. So this is supposed to be female, male, female, male. So the male, once he's tightened, he goes up in pitch. So he's dominating. So he dominates the situation.
Yeah.
And my favorite drum is Onika. I love Onika. She goes with my vocals because I like bass. So my favorite drum is Onika. But I take Princess all over the place because she's the youngest and I don't have to like do anything, just move with her. So she's been Jamaica, she's been Denmark, she's been Germany, she's been all over the place. But these babies here, I don't log them so far, you know.
Amazing. So one more question for you is, I know, and just listening to you, you have a lot of history about the drumming. So when you come to festivals like WIDA Fest, do you run like a seminar on drumming? Do you educate people? Do you put a session on where we can all gather around and learn about the history of the drum, where it came from, why it came from, which part of Africa it came from? Do you do things like that? So at least just a session would be great. Do you do that?
You just give me an idea. I've never done it that way before. I've done it, but not like that. And the music festival, interesting enough, the music festival that I went to, I had some men. I can't remember the exact name of the place. I should remember. It's in South Africa. These men are so awesome. And they had left their drums. So they used Princess. They asked me to use Princess. And they had all their instruments made and everything. So even though I was there and we talked about the drum, but what you're saying, you have enlightened me in a whole different level because I would love to do some lectures or anything like that on the drum because they're really dear to my heart. And I come out of a family like that. Even in Bermuda, when I was in Bermuda, my family follow what you call the Gombes. And they used to come on every Saturday night. And the real Gombe drums, because I researched, the real Gombe drums are made, they're square drums. They're huge square drums. And every Saturday we would go and when you hear the drums, you look for you hear the drums, they're so far, but you look for the feathers of the dancers, you know? And when you find them, you just walk miles and miles. Like I've walked miles. And when they stopped, I was like maybe 10, 15 miles away from home. And you're crying because you're now all of a sudden you're tired and you gotta walk home I have to follow in a drum all those hours. You have to now walk in, and everybody walks in quiet because you're so far out. So drum is like in my being. So I come from a drum family, even in Bermuda, and that's like drummers and dancers. And it's very the government actually tried to stop it completely because they were saying it was tribunal, right? And they couldn't get it stopped. And the tradition still goes on today. So when I have concerts in Bermuda, I always end with the gombe drum because it's like, and I put it in my congos now too. It's a I don't know how to explain it. It's sweet.
No.
I am born to do this. The drum is like
Well, you don't
embedded
even
in.
need to say that. And just somebody looking at you know that this is in the blood. Like,
Yes.
no, let me reframe. It is in the marrow of your bones.
Yes, it's in the marrow, literally.
That is wonderful. Thank you
Yes.
so much. We plan
Thank
to
you for
spend
having me.
30 minutes with you. But
Yes.
if anybody have any questions, please let us know. Just for the people joining us, we're just having a chat about Windsor International Diaspora and African Festival. It's going to be happening July 23rd to the 30th, live here in Windsor, where we're going to be showcasing Africa at its authentic way. We're
Yes.
showing things from drums to music to dancing to costumes to food to everything, arts, paintings. And just from what you and Chris was saying, I think it would be wonderful on the story night to have you tell the story, the wonderful story you just shared with us now. Who would have
Yes.
known that there's a drum somewhere that is the oldest in the whole of the Caribbean island,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
with our queen of drums?
Yes.
That's
Yes.
amazing. That's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's a very authentic story that we should tell the world and
Yes.
show that drum. If we need to pay anything extra for you to get that drum down here, we should. Now,
Okay.
I think what's his name or her name?
Cuba.
Cuba should be here.
Yes.
You
Cuba.
have to travel with Cuba, right,
Yes.
guys?
Yes,
Yes.
we agree.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to
Cuba
ask,
is.
Go ahead.
do you have a museum for drums, queen of drums?
Do I have a?
A museum where you have old drums that
Yes,
have
actually,
been
my
misplaced?
I have a Shango drum that is at the museum, and I put it in the museum because my father, I didn't want to go to ruins because I needed stuff curated, and they have the Shango drum, and they have paintings of my father, but the rest of the drums in here is the museum,
Wow.
but the Shango drum is there at the museum.
Okay. So
Amazing.
Yellow Moon, when you come to Windsor, there's a few things that I want you to come prepared to do. One is
Okay.
obviously the drum is a big part of the festival, and we
Yes.
want to have drums like leading into an event in the evening. So we would start in the daytime, and then we'll go
Uh-huh.
right into the evening. But
Uh-huh.
there's a concert called a Jab Jab Juve, and
Yes.
drumming will be part of that. So we want you to be part of that also. But I really
Interesting
like the
enough, Jab
fact
Jab's my
that
favorite music.
yeah, I really like the fact that you have so much history and you have so much to share. And I think people would love to know more about the drum and more of the history, but where it came from. I think you should come prepared to educate people on the drum and the history, the Shango, whatever the drumming historical aspect of the drumming that you can bring to us when you come here. We really want to make sure that it's something that's going to be lively when we get to Windsor 2023.
Absolutely.
Yes, I'll be happy to do
Absolutely.
that. That's easy.
Yeah. So
That's a part of it.
awesome. Christian, can you just tell our audience how to join the festival if they're interested in, becoming a vendor or take part in any part of the festival?
Yes, please. Everyone, please join us at WIDAFEST.com. You can get a breakdown of the full schedule. We've got 8 days of so many exciting events. For people that are traveling internationally, we're going to be having tours of historic areas here locally around Windsor. And we've got so many different music and dance events. We've got a huge street festival. We have a business seminar. There is something for everyone in the festival. So please visit us at WIDAFEST.com to learn more about the event. For vendors and artists that are wanting to participate, you can sign up there, and you've got the links for, some of our elements are ticketed, some are not, but all of the information you're going to need is going to be at WIDAFEST.com. And please join us on our social media platforms as to just stay up to date with changes that are happening in the event as we're bringing on certain artists and things. Get excited with us. You can find us at WIDAFEST on all of our social media platforms.
Thank you so much. And we have the VP tell us about sponsorship.
Yes, we would love for you to be part of the events. We'd love for sponsors to participate. It's easy for you to get involved. There are different levels of sponsors. You can just contact us, info at WIDAFEST, info at zealandcreative.com. You can get us on the website also, but we really want you to come out and be part of the event. This is an inaugural event. Sponsor, the different levels of sponsorship for you. You can just check it out, and on any information that you need on sponsorship, we can give that to you. But as Christian said earlier on, WIDAFEST.com, you can get all information there.
Awesome. Is Simeon available? We would like Simeon to tell us about our social media followership.
I love it.
You're muted.
Okay. Currently, we're on a challenge called WIDAFEST 60 Seconds Challenge. We already had a winner the last week, and this week on is promised to be exciting, and we are expecting every competitor to send in their videos, send in whatever you want to do to showcase your culture in your own talent. You can follow us at WIDAFEST in all our social media, Twitter, IG, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. They're all the same handle. Thank you.
Thank you so much. One more time for Yellow Moon, the next 1 second. Please give us some of your drum bits. Just beat every single one of them. I want to hear it.
I'm going to play Onika first because I love it.
Okay. That's the oldest one, correct?
No, Cuba's the oldest one. This is the oldest one.
Okay. Okay. Wow. I can let her go all day, but guys, I'm so sorry. We would have to somewhat say goodbye for today. But this is wonderful. Thank you so much, Yellow Moon. It's been a wonderful, wonderful conversation with you. And we appreciate and love you, and we look forward to seeing you at the WIDAFEST 2023, July 23rd to the 30th. And I would now take the opportunity to tell you guys a little bit about the Vigor Awards. It's going to be the 8th year that we are celebrating unsung heroes, volunteers, humanitarian workers, self-achievement. If you've done something that you went from grass to grace, let us know, because your story is going to be encouraging and empowering somebody out there. We want to celebrate you. We want to celebrate the greatness in you. And it doesn't have to be any big thing. The little steps of success, the little encouragement to somebody, the little help that you have given to someone is the stories we want to highlight. So please go on our website at vigorawards.org, O-R-G, and tell us your story, and someone will connect with you. Once again, thank you guys so much for connecting with us. Please repost the video. Send it to a friend. Invite them to like, comment, and follow us. Subscribe to our channel. That is how you're going to help us keep bringing you these wonderful people that you may never meet.
Yes.
Coming on our platform, you get to meet wonderful people. You get to hear historic things that you may never hear. Today is the first day I heard that there's a drum that is actually the oldest drum in the Caribbean island. So wonderful news like that. Next week, Saturday, same time, same place at 2 p.m. We will be live on the Queen Amina Show talking about the Windsor International Diaspora and African Festival. Until then, keep smiling, keep loving, and keep following the Queen Amina Show. Thank you, everyone.